Blog Talk Radio.
What if the American people woke up and understood that the official reasons for going to war are almost always based on lies and promoted by war propaganda in order to serve special interests? What if we as a nation came to realize that the quest for empire eventually destroys all great nations? What if the American people learned the truth?
The FBI has foiled about 17 plots to kill Americans during the past 10 years. What it will not tell you is that there have been 20 foiled plots, and of them, 3 were interrupted by members of the public. The 17 that were interrupted by the feds were created by the feds. Why do we pay the government to trick us into believing it is keeping us safe? What if a government that manipulated us could be fired? What if a government that lacked the true and knowing consent of the governed could be dismissed? What if it were possible to have a real game changer? What if we need a Ron Paul to preserve and protect our freedoms from the government? What if we can make elections matter again? What if you could love your country but hate what the government has done to it? What if sometimes to love your country you had to alter or abolish the government? What if Jefferson was right? What if that government is best which governs least? What if I'm right? What if the government is wrong? What if it is dangerous to be right when the government is wrong? What if it is better to perish fighting for freedom than to live as a slave? What if freedom's greatest hour of danger is now?
No weapons of mass destruction were found.
Are you kidding me? Do you buy that? There were.
I was 5 and he was 6. We rode on horses made of sticks. He wore black and I wore white.
Come on, let us shoot. Blair.
Bang, bang.
Hey, I need to get the brass to drop ramps. I got a wounded girl. We need to take the rest of mile.
Oh, it's their fault for bringing their kids to a battle.
That's right.
The main reason we went into Iraq at the time was we thought he had weapons of mass destruction. It turns out he didn't, but he had the capacity to make weapons of mass destruction. But I also talked about the human suffering in Iraq.
Hello, boys and girls. I have a special message for you from the President of the United States. I salute the boys and girls who are buying United States savings stamps and bonds, and they're giving important support to the cause of freedom and the men who fight for us in Vietnam.
Congress gave us this authority in August 1964 to do whatever may be necessary. That's pretty far-reaching. The sky is the limit.
As an American citizen, you have to respect our president, whether I like it or not. It's really not my decision.
Good evening. I would like to report on the state of our war against the American people. We're mounting a sustained campaign to crack down on every American and every person of every faith and every nation, and to bring them to justice. All missions are being executed according to plan, without warning or provocation. Americans are being swept up in an international dragnet. Thousands of FBI agents are on the trail of other citizens here and abroad. It has everything to do with hate and evil and murder and prejudice. America's strong.
Federal agents, we are armed!
This is no fantasy, no careless product of wild imagination. No, my good friends, these indictments I brought you today, specific charges listed herein against the individuals, their acts of treason, their ultimate aim of sedition. These are matters of undeniable fact. I ask you now to pronounce judgment on those accused. On this mindless aberration, whose only means of expression are wanton violence and destruction. Once trusted by this council, charged with maintaining the defense of the planet itself, chief architect of this intended revolution and author of this insidious plot to establish a new order amongst us, with himself as absolute ruler. You have heard the evidence. The decision of the council will now be heard. Guilty.
All right, everybody. Joseph Gibson podcasting here. Understanding the times in which we live today. Carrying over the subject, or the topic, I guess you could say, from last Sunday, when we had a little self-put-together panel here of individuals here that come from exactly opposite sides of the fence and have different opinions on how things should go or how things are, different opinions on history. But there's only one truth. There's only one thing that we can really say that is really true, and that's what's happening right now, because we could debate history all day long until we're blue in the face, or we could start a war with each other. We could talk about what the future is going to hold and plan for tomorrow, but none of us are going to agree which direction we're going to go forward. We're going to just keep beating the same dead horse over and over and over again. That's what it appears to be like. And what is the right solution? Well, we talked about the Black Lives, the BLM, Black Lives Matters, and a lot of people get offended by that because they say, why not all lives matter? Well, that's a good point, but all lives really don't matter. That's how we look at things. I mean, that's just how the world operates. I mean, we could talk about we're all going to get along and we're going to peace on earth and we're going to feed the poor and we're going to, that's all well and fine, but it's never going to happen. It hasn't happened, and I don't see any change happening. Now, we're going to listen to these Black Lives Matters people here come on to this show and talk about their revolution and what they want and what their goal is. I mean, I don't know what their goal is, what they want. I don't know what this Antifa, what their goal is. All I see from them is mayhem, chaos, anarchy, and destruction. And I don't think that's the proper way to go. I don't want to see people burning down the cities of America. I don't think that's the right thing to do, burning down cities in America, attacking innocent people just for the heck of it. Well, the Ku Klux Klan did it years ago and this and that. Look, that's a stupid argument. We can't go on based upon what other people have done and then continue on with it just because we're justified now because we're in a different class or a different way in society. No, because you're just repeating yourself. It's insanity, repeating yourself over and over and over again, and eventually we're going to destroy ourselves. And that's how I see that's really what's going to happen, because we cannot find any common ground. We'll get on here and we'll argue. I mean, we've done it on the show so many times. You could bring facts to the table, facts, undeniable facts, and still they'll just argue with you, And then we saw a little bit of that last week, actually. Bert. Now, whether you agree with Bert or not and his views, Bert was on here. He's the leader of the NSM. Okay, the National Socialist Movement there, and Bert, neo-Nazi group, if that's what you want to call it, neo-Nazi. He came on here and he was very well spoken and brought facts to the table. Whether you agree with him or not, that's irrelevant. He brought truth to the table. And sometimes truth has to be heard, whether it offends you or not. Now, we also had some other people on here. We had Chewbacca there from the Panther movement there. And every other word out of his mouth, F this, F that, F this. Can't, and hate and just, the guy is very intelligent, but he uses his words wrong. We're trying to have a discussion here. We're on the radio. You can't be F this, F that, F. It's unbecoming of you. And then we had Mendelicon on here, and a couple others. So we're going to open up the phone lines here tonight, carry on with the conversation the best way we can. This is live, unscreened, uncensored. So hopefully we can get some people on here who want to bring some substance to the floor and challenge us to think a little bit instead of talking about nonsense or debating and yelling over each other. I'm not going to tolerate the yelling over each other. I did the same thing last week. I just start muting people. If you want to hang up, that's fine. Because I got plenty of people on the phone line here tonight that want to get in. So first we'll start with Mr. Mendelicon first. I'll give him his intro, and then we'll open up the phone lines to live callers. So if Bert's out there tonight, that'd be great. If not, I understand he does his own show. If someone else from his organization wants to come on here and represent them, that's fine. I don't know, however they want to work. Anybody can call in tonight. And the phone number is 657-383-0616, and bring your food for thought to the table. All right, here we go, Mendelicon. You get the floor. Go ahead.
I want to thank you, my partner in time, Joe Gibson, and understand the time in which we live in today on bringing part 2 after last week's bait and switch and the interaction that was outside of what you and I discussed, which was when we were going to have a program last week. It was going to be about the militia and what we ought to do in the times we live in today. And then, fortunately, yes, it was, because only you could contact Shabaka and bring him in. Only you could contact Bert and bring him in. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. The good thing is that it had nothing to do with bringing us, we the people, together. Understand the times we live in today. That's why we're at the right place at the right time and the right season for the right reason, based on what we can see going down at the moment. So I want to set the table because I know that there's some new callers, maybe a few. But the previous program from 7 to 9 under Mickey Williams and the Panther Queens, it was disrupted by Blog Talk Radio, where you could not hear her. You could only hear her callers for the first time in the history of the Panther Queens. That's only because of the collusion of the Pan-African Intelligence Network. And equally as important, everyone knew last week after 9 p.m. come to your program, just like this week, come to Joe Gibson's program, my partner in time, the Confederate flag waver. And that's a beautiful
All right, well, can
thing.
we talk about the BLM here? Can we get on subject here? Instead of talking about me and last week's show, can we talk about what are you guys bringing to the table here? What do you want to see change in America?
Okay.
What's the foundation of what you're standing for?
Okay. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you, what you already know. The red, black, and green is about live and let live in one love, and it is organizing all the people for a bloodless revolution. Now, yesterday in Kentucky, few people know about what horse won the Kentucky Derby, but everybody in social media know that the Angry Viking, militia, and what have you, and Grandmaster Jay under the Not Fucking Around Coalition was in Louisville, Kentucky, along with the National Guard, along with the whole Kentucky military, to make sure that there was no shootings. And that was extraordinary. I don't know what you were doing, but here's what I do know, Joe. And you know what I told y'all from the very beginning. The bloodless revolution under the matriarch without firing a shot, that is going to be the transition of power based on the sign of the times we live in today. Now, you know about the Angry Viking. You also know about all the other so-called white militia that's been moving since Barack Obama, surrounding capitals all over this country on Saturday. You also know that none of those militia arrested the tyrants. None of those militia went on Monday to Friday to arrest the local, county, city, state, and federal legislature. But you also know that that's what Payne and the matriarch told everybody, that when we're ready, we're going to surround the capitals and arrest the tyrants. And then came Grandmaster Jay, the Not Fucking Around Coalition. Isn't it extraordinary that there's not a political wing on behalf of the people from your end, John Sons or Grandmaster Jay? There's not a political wing to negotiate to the enemy, Uncle Scam, and state-sponsored terrorism, because that's the reason
Well,
why
you call it
everybody
all
is
white
mad.
militia. You said all white militia. What's that mean? I got to interrupt you there because you're making statements there. You said all white militia. What's an all white militia? I don't understand.
Okay. If you look at the actions of the white militia, they will say out their mouth when they step to the pulpit, podium, telephone, and microphone, BLM, Black Liberation Movement. They're not talking about Black Lives Matter. They say all lives matter. But yet, there is not a white militia that's here today to arrest Uncle Scam and the tyrants. The government must be arrested by we the people, by the people, for the people. So if the people have a militia, listen, Grandmaster Jay, you can't threaten to come to Kentucky and burn Kentucky down. That's an illegal arrangement. And equally as important, every white militia today is organizing to protect and keep Uncle Scam in power. They say they're here to overturn Black Lives Matter and those who are looting, rioting, and burning and destroying the fabric of America. There's not a militia white that's ready to attack Uncle Scam, just like there's not a black militia with Grandmaster Jay that's here to arrest the government. This is staged, orchestrated, activated, and presented, Joe. And you can see what I'm saying right now, because after every shooting by the state,
well, you didn't answer the question. What are you trying to accomplish here? What's the goal here? Arrest Uncle Scam? You said. Well, okay, you arrest Uncle Sam. Who is Uncle Sam? A ghost? What are you? You're punching at the clouds. You're drowning in 2 feet of water. What are you punching at? Who's the enemy here? What's the goal?
Okay. In the rainbow of people who represent Uncle Scam, the Confederate flag, the red, white, the blue, they black, brown, red, yellow, and white. So we can't see that divided we stand, together we fall if we're going to uphold the country and keep it as it is. It has to be destroyed. That's first and foremost. Now, secondly, how do we do it? It's by establishing what must be. We can't vote, pray, go to school, or shoot our way out of this. We have to put a multitude of people together to stand and march to the capitals, and we marched the hordes on the cities to put the nations in seizure to get the redress to the transition of power.
You guys have been marching in Portland, Oregon. You guys have been marching in Portland, Oregon for 100 days, and you still haven't made it out of Portland. So what are you talking about marching and arresting the capitals and everything? What are you talking about? Well, what's the goal? Like I said, what's the plan? Do you have a plan that you can let us know here? Well, maybe give us something that the corporate media doesn't have,
Yes. Figures don't lie, lies don't figure. Mathematical equation. When we, the people, are ready, we, under our birthright, is being attacked, because all across the planet, all governments has hijacked the sovereignty and integrity of the independence. America must set the blueprint on how we get out of this. And what I am saying is that the mothers, grandmothers, and grandmothers who are witnessing their families being destroyed with no jurisprudence, with no precedent of law, because this is legal but it's not lawful. So what I'm saying is that the minority is ruling over the people, and they come under all colors. When it comes to revolution...
All right. Well, we got a bunch of callers on the line here. Everyone be patient. I see a lot of callers on the line. Just be patient. Don't hang up and call back in because you lose your place. So
hey, Joe, let me ask you this question. You say,
hang on. All right, you can't talk over each other. I got to run a program here.
Quick. I know, but let me ask you this question. You said you got a lot of callers, and I appreciate the new callers on the line, and everybody push one that want to speak. And I know that you got a new board of new callers.
Yeah, we'll get to them. Can you finish your answer, please? What's the end? You want to burn down America and destroy it. That's what you said. Yeah, you want to burn it down and start from scratch, right?
No, I didn't say that. We have to have a change of heart and choose a new way of life. Nobody has to kill, burn, or loot, or
well, that's what you're doing.
Anyone.
That's what they're doing in Portland. That's what they're doing in Seattle. That's what they're doing. I mean, so what? So I don't see any evidence of anything else. I mean, they're yelling Black Lives Matters, and
Okay, hey Joe. Here's where you have selective amnesia, because there's 40 million young white revolutionaries that y'all mad at, and you don't understand why the 40 million young white people are with Black Lives Matter. So don't act like black people are burning down America. It's not America that's smashing down the Confederate flag
and I say that?
Christopher Columbus. It's young 40 million white people who are attacking the Confederate flag. And
I see a lot of
Columbus.
confused white people, yes, pulling down statues, yes. I see a lot of them, too, yes. I didn't single out any race of people. I just said you, with the Black Lives Matter movement. That's what they're doing. And Antifa. That's what they're doing. They're burning down the cities. For what reason? What's the goal here?
And the white militia is here to kill all black people and anybody who riots, loots, and pillages. Yes.
Okay. All right, let me get to another caller here, Mandela-Khan, okay? Okay, well, all right. Let's get to another caller. Okay, can you control yourself? I'll leave your line open if you can control yourself here. I'm not cutting you off. Let's listen to another viewpoint. 337, go ahead. I think I got it. Go ahead, 337, area code. Hello. Yes, 337, you pushed 1. Hello. Okay, maybe you don't want to talk. You must have heard the unmuted. Area code 337. Going once. Going twice. Okay. All righty. All right, press the number 1, folks, if you want to get on the program. I was trying to announce that, but Mandela-Khan was yelling over me. The phone number is 657-383-0616. Press 1 time. If you hang up and you press it multiple times, you'll lose your spot on the call board, okay? All right, here we go. Private caller, here we go.
Hi, Honorable Brother Joe Gibson. I am Angel Lady Love, listener, inspired, friend, emissary, sacred, a.k.a. Princess Golden Eagle Lady, a.k.a. Revelation chapter 12. And
that's a big name.
Angela Del Philly of Revelation 1, Revelation 3, verses 6 to 13. Hope you're well.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
but
we're well.
I keep thinking about North Carolina last year, which I asked you about, and I think it was Raleigh, you can correct me, that had the Legionnaire's disease at that home show. You remember? And I can't
heard
remember
something about that, yes. Yes, what does that have to do with Black Lives Matter? Were they attacking black people?
Well, first of all, Black Lives Matter was founded by George Soros, who is a very multi-billionaire, and he's using 501c3s to pay and get people into different positions in the governmental variables. I don't know this for a fact. I wonder if he's the one that's financing all these firecrackers, because that's blowing up money, and these young people take them. Now, all these Caucasians that tore up our stores, and I got this from people that are owners of the stores. I don't have TV. Well, I have TV, but don't have a way to look at it. These stores here, when they did the riots in Philadelphia, they were done by suburbanite Caucasoids. They are not living in the city, but many of them Caucasian.
What the heck is that?
A Negroid, Caucasoid, Mongoloid. In anthropology, archaeology, there are 3 races of people on the earth.
White people, right? That's what you mean?
No,
I love them little white children.
There's no such race as white. There's no such race as black. In fact, in the 50s, my neighborhood, we would have.
I know, I agree. Okay.
And
we can't get too technical here.
Because that means void of color.
Okay.
I used to read the dictionary. But
I'm pretty tanned, so I guess I'm of color, right? I'm pretty dark. I got dark skin, and I'm tanned. I turn brown every summer, so I guess I'm what would I be called then? A Negroid? I don't know.
That's why Cindy Crawford and Christy Brinkley, I saw their infomercial, and they want to apply the melanin. This is what they want from the melanin-rich people. It's worth more than gold on the stock exchange. And melatonin and adrenochrome is worth more than the melanin.
Yeah, where do we get this from, this information?
People.
What is that? I've been hearing this a lot lately. Can I ask a question, please? I know you're a messenger, but I'm trying to hear the message, but I have to ask a question so you can bring the message to me. What's this thing you're talking about with this melanin-rich anachrome stuff, and they're taking it from babies, and they're kidnapped underground, and they're being rescued, and what's the deal with that? Can you explain that a little bit in clear terms?
I don't recall saying something underground, but more emphatically, I've learned this when my parents bought us, my baby brother and I, encyclopedia. And just like the dictionary, adult dictionary, I could read before I was really one, but nonetheless, I was in third grade, I'd read this encyclopedia. It was like I was in heaven to have this encyclopedia. And that's where I learned, remembered really, because everything I need to know, I was born knowing. But we have to remember, because we've been so deprogrammed, there's 3 races of people on this earth, Negroid, Caucasoid, Mongoloid. The latter 2 have dysfunctions. But most emphatically, there are many people from other planets, like Nikola Tesla. He was from Venus. So who gave Elon Musk and where is he from, using Nikola Tesla's name, who really told us that electricity is free, but yet you all talk about Thomas Edison, give him credit.
Yeah. Okay, now, but what about now? Can we just let's get back to the Black Lives Matter movement here. The movement, not the people, the movement itself. What's their goal? What are they trying to achieve? You know, what's the end game here?
Can I tell you what I've seen? I was when I was in front of, you can even keyword this, what is it called, the Reading Terminal in 2017. That's when I really found out about anthropomorphic pseudo-humankind. But they were protecting these Black Lives Matter children that were having some kind of protest, and they had their signs and giving out all kind of speeches. But what made me more aware of them was during the Republican convention. I forget what year it was, but the lady's name was Renee Amore. She's since transitioned. She was like the top person for Pennsylvania for the Republican Party, and she was melanin enriched. And one of these purported Black Lives Matter young melanin enriched boy put something in her face. He had no respect for her. So I don't have too much concern about, I have concern for them, the Black Lives Matter, because it was founded by this rich man, George Soros, who's financing a lot of these different people to be in position in our employment. See, we have to understand our elections especially is a way for we the people, who we are the government in this country. They use my tenants in the Declaration of Independence. Even the Caucasian women were included, but they didn't know. But more emphatically, the bottom line is these are our employees. We the people are the government in this country. These employees are supposed to get our consent, and they have not been. And they have us arguing, and even bullies are telling her, oh, you better not vote for this one. You crazy if you vote for such and such. And what? And if you don't vote, you don't count. Even if I don't vote, I do count because our children count. And we keep missing. We allow people to make up all this stupidity.
True.
And I can give more details because I've been paying attention to this.
But we know the problems, though. We can all agree on the problem that everything's messed up, right? You know, everything's screwed up. But how do we fix it? You know, how do we go about fixing it?
Well, first of all, know what you have to fix. And the bottom line is it starts with self. Now, I already told you, or did I? Most of us don't even understand that we are voting for an employee. But now some of these people are making it into a civil war. These people tearing down statues. And they don't even know what the Washington Monument, I think that's isn't that from Egypt, what is it called, Mandela Khan? But in truth, it's
well, I have him muted because he had some background noise, but I'll bring him back on if you want. I got some other callers here also, so let's try to remember them, okay? So I don't want to take too much time on one.
Male penis.
Go ahead, Mandela Khan.
Monument.
Go ahead, Mandela Khan. You're back on. Go ahead.
Hey, Joe. If we have any other new callers, please push 1 as it relates to what we do from now to the future. That's the only thing I want to discuss. But
I already said that 3 times. She had a question for you about the statue.
I do want to mention adrenochrome.
Go ahead.
Gold, diamond, silver, and all is under melanin. Melanin is $400 a gram. Adrenochrome is $1 million. That's the penal gland of the children. $1 million. The elite must drink and suck the innards of the children. That's why they're not on the milk box anymore, because they thought they could keep it a secret. But because I'm draining the swamp and invading the deep state, that the Roman Catholic Church, the Cardinals, Bishops, Monsignors, Hollywood, the elite, every one of them know that they must kill the children and take the penal gland and drink their fluids. This is a blood cult. And that's what's happening from Maine to Florida, Washington State to California. $1 million for the penal gland. That's why the children are missing.
Catholic.
Now, let me say this again. White lives don't matter. Black lives don't matter until all the children's lives matter. And I'm in total recall because of the matriarch. And all mothers, grandmothers, and great-grandmothers, to save their children, they must disavow CPS, age-dependent children, the family court. They must disavow the donor program. And all you mothers must organize as the proper administration and authority to overturn this rotten, filthy social system of genocide, atrocity, war crimes, and cruel and unusual punishment, and specific exact crimes against children that many people are now saying, save the children. God damn it. The pain and the matriarch takes control of this country as we go forth from here. Mothers, take your place, moms. It's our time now.
All right, hang on. Stay on the line here. Let me try this caller.
California.
Yeah, hang on 1 second. I know you can hear me. 337, you want to get on here? I see you got one pressed.
Earlier, no one comes.
Huh? Hello? 337.
Got
phone. Hey,
7167. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Hey,
go ahead.
Man, what's going on, man? How y'all doing, man?
We're doing good.
Can everybody hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can. You're live.
Okay. Yeah, man, we've been having a lot of problems down here in the 337, man. And I've been listening. You see what I'm saying? Like, this, they killed this guy, Trafer, man. You know, we've been trying to get justice for Trafer, man. And while we was trying to get justice for Trafer, I mean, you know, even trying to honor Trafer, man, another man got shot trying to protest, and they shot the man in the back. Now, following this, just last night, man, why did the officer put his hand on a little boy 15 years old at a bowling alley, man? These people are trying to initiate war. It's quite clear, man. I mean, we tried to go to the city council meeting. They won't let me in the meeting. You see what I'm saying? Then
337, is that Mississippi or where is 337?
337 is Lafayette, Louisiana. Lafayette, Louisiana.
Okay, thank you.
Do I have a limited amount of time to speak?
Can he speak, please? Let him speak.
Okay.
Go ahead,
now
sir.
we're trying to honor the guy, man. We're just trying to honor the guy. So why are people still getting shot in the back if the first man was unarmed? I mean, come on, man. When do we ever get justice, man? What do we have to do to just make sure everybody's safe for all? No racial shit, none of this shit, man. No religious shit, none of that, man. When can we just make sure all feel like they publicly safe, man? I mean, that's all everything about, man.
Well, you have to tell the truth that we know what they are now. You now know. If you didn't listen, you have to listen.
Right. When I address the situation,
we have to take our rightful place as the supreme being.
But these people came so hostile. This is my thing. They came with hostility. You jump out with vicious dogs. You got guns already out. So guess what I said? I said, hey, man, everybody else move behind the brick collars, man. I'll take the lick, man. You know what I'm saying? Hear me, man. You know? I mean, y'all just doing shit anyway for no goddamn reason. So, I mean, it ain't, like I said, we don't have a racial agenda. You see what I'm saying? We're not about no religious stuff. And, you know, it really ain't about that, man. It's just about, you know, people like that unarmed getting shot. You know, you can't walk through the store. And then
you should have stayed in the house.
Okay, a known man with paler skin is actually armed and dangerous. But I hear no arrest for this guy. They know that this man is armed and dangerous, and he out pointing guns and jumping out on people. He armed and dangerous. So nothing been done for this man yet. And this was 2-3 days ago now. You know what I'm saying? I know personally this is going on myself, and I'm also having problems with a vindictive governor of Louisiana, this place I am. So these people sending feds to me house, try to do fed piled up with every confidential informant for Fed, state, plus police. Police move on my street, the street I live on the other end. Then I have like maybe 5 houses close in vicinity. I'll work for police department, informant, rat, COVID-19 energy. So this sucks too much life out of people already. So when do we ever fix this problem for all? No racial,
can I
no
ask
none
you
of
a
this.
question?
All we want equality, justice,
hang on.
freedom for
Yeah,
all, total independence. Yes, totally, ma'am.
All right, go ahead, ask him. The angel lady love here wants to ask you a question. Hopefully, it's a question of some substance here that we can, analyze the problem.
Because
go ahead.
We need sustenance.
Yeah,
sustenance
first and foremost.
And if you keep killing life, how can we have sustenance? That's why we have problems with this man. This so-say governor supposed to be a right man for job. There's no right man for job. If you take $30 million in March, but yet still turn around, maybe 1 month, you put all women out homeless shelter. Then we see white van popping up everywhere. They've been kidnapping women. We know this already. It's already happened before.
They want the organs, sir. You have to do your homework. You've been deprogrammed.
Already
you don't
did
know
homework.
Who you are.
Listen to me work.
Hello?
You listen to me work. Hello. You listen to me. You listen to
Can
me.
I ask
this
you
I
a
tell
question?
you. This I tell
All right,
you.
Angel Lady Love, let
done.
him finish his statement,
when
please.
I
Let
done.
him finish his statement.
When I
okay.
done, this you tell. This you listen. Hey, this time you listen. Why we find 25 children they have on the church and right here this place? Because this go on too much. This go on too long. I already did me work. Listen to me. You try to overtalk me. Or same thing, like people, intimidate people with gun, dog. I speak from heart. I need to talk to no badge, no this, for why? Everybody have heart, born with this. And that's all me have for say. You talk now.
Okay, she wants to ask you a question, so let her ask the question real quick, and then we'll try to have a conversation, if you don't mind, okay?
But
go ahead, hang on. I'm bringing her on now.
Respectable, humble. Always respectable, humble.
Go ahead, Angel Lady Love. Go ahead.
Were you there in Louisiana when they had the mankind-made explosion? They first had a mankind-made hurricane.
What does that have to do with what I say? How does this correlate to what I speak?
May I say this, please? And then they imploded.
Asking, how does this correlate to what I speak, ma'am?
Hello?
How does this connect to what I speak? Well, we know how justice here. Constant injustice. We need justice. What does this have to do with what I speak? I would like to know.
Okay, well, do you remember what you're saying? And you find the Ask Honorable Brother Joe Gibson. How can you re-listen to what you've said? I'll stand down because you know everything. Okay? Remember everything. You don't need to get
I have
permission.
already spoke from doing me work. You try to tell me maybe I study, do homework. No, I tell you I already do work, and this is what me work say. I just tell you this. So you still, listen to me. You want to override me, but no, listen. This problem, no one listen, but steady kill. Say, why is now Tay's chicken but shoot unarmed man? Order an operation wrong with this system. You Tay's chicken but shoot unarmed man. This problem.
We see the Constitution doesn't
order
work.
Operation in reverse. You kill
Hang
unarmed man.
on. All right, hang on, everybody.
This is
all right, we have to have. We can't have one person just talk. All right,
order operation wrong, and I take too much time. I apologize.
No, you're not taking too much time. It's that we're trying to have a conversation. I mean, I gave you a chance to make your statement, but what my thing of it is this. We have to have a moral, righteous people. We have to have some sort of, the Constitution doesn't work for people yelling at each other.
For you.
This
I say, I hear for you. I hear for you. I hear for all. I already helped 25 children. I take to you, state trooper, policeman, because this know my job. This know my job. So I follow order operation. Take to you, policeman. So maybe you policemen stop acting like see this, turn your head, accept this money, maybe. Or don't look good for me doing your job. Hello? This no good.
Right. Well,
so why I do this job? Why I do this job and hey.
All right, well, you got to let, you're not letting anyone ask you a question. So, because she's trying to ask you a question now for 10 minutes.
There's no question. Time for I speak. Nothing to question. I already do
well,
all
you see,
work.
We can't have one.
Everything fact I tell you.
Yeah, well, that's great. But I'm just saying it's what.
So what is
Go
question?
ahead.
I mean, why question? Why? What is question? What to say?
Well, people want to learn. When people ask questions, it's because they want to learn.
What to say, but we want peace. I mean, what else to say? We want peace.
Who wants peace?
We need more voices, Joe, and everybody must put their testimony on the table.
Who would not like to be comfortable in his home? Who not like to be with their family at peace? I mean, who know like this? Anyone? No, like peace?
I said, who wants peace? Well, there's a lot of people that don't want peace. There's a lot of people that want war.
All want peace. All want peace.
No.
But I tell you same way, all want peace.
Evil flourishes when good men do nothing.
This balance of power do not have to involve blood. That's what's wrong. This system won't spill blood. This balance of power does not have to involve blood.
The majority of people want peace. The majority of people want peace.
Peace. We want peace, man. Who wants something else? And if you know want peace, what's wrong with
How do we achieve peace? Yelling at each other like this? I mean, where one person speaks and one, how do we get peace?
Listen, get bad man out of system. System can still
What's
work.
the bad man?
Just get bad man
I don't know. Who's the bad man?
Out of system. Bad man.
Who is the bad man?
It's several bad men who have system strong, who you say leader. These people are vicious people. This is the problem.
Are you referring to Donald Trump? Are you referring to him?
I don't know for this. I say Lafayette.
Well, who's the bad man? You see, this is the confusion we're getting across America here with the BLM. We don't understand.
Maybe just people in this Lafayette place. I don't know. Maybe people Lafayette. I don't know. This all I say.
You
Lafayette.
said bad man. You said it, not me.
I said
you said it. I'm just asking who that bad man.
I said bad man Lafayette, Governor John Bell Edwards. This bad man for Lafayette. This I say. I know nothing else. I know other places. I hear this is for me. This for land for me. I stay here. So this is why I know bad place. I know no other place I know live. I know we're here. I am home.
All right, well, we achieved a lot there. So, but again,
this is all I know.
Delicon, you want to say something here, or anybody else? Press number 1.
If
no, you don't have to apologize.
If I may, I want to interject on behalf of understand the times in which we live. Trump 2020, America. If we love our sovereignty, integrity, and independence, Trump has to get a second term, and I'll tell you why. I'm draining the swamp. I'm going to come to the deep state of the children.
No,
Trump
man, we
2020. Trump 2020. Hold on, General. Hold on. I never voted for no president ever in the history of the country. But I do know who is qualified to get more American people in the next 4 years out of their seat, on their feet, and into the streets. And it won't be Joe Biden or Kanye West. Only Trump 2020 is capable of getting more
That's right.
American people out of their seats and on their feet and into the streets.
Great. Have no problem, personal man. We help make this great. No problem.
Okay. Now, let me go with this. And you're in New Orleans. The hurricane, just like Katrina, has affected New Orleans under the media, FCC, even Black Talk won't talk about what's happening in New Orleans. People are in hardship, crisis, and state of emergency, just like Hurricane Katrina, when the state-sponsored terrorists use the African people of voodoo to make them refugees in their homeland of Louisiana. Because Louisiana is the voodoo capital of the world, or Mardi Gras. They blew up the levees, and for the first time in a so-called natural disaster, they displaced many African black people in New Orleans and placed them all over this goddamn country. That's appalling, offensive, and reprehensible. And equally as important, the government, FCC, they're not mentioning what's going on in New Orleans right now. That's what this general was trying to bring to the table.
No one listening, brother. Sorry for speaking. You have podium.
But you are a new voice in this sector. And this is not about the usual suspect. I'm a usual suspect on any person, man or woman that wants to speak. They only usual suspects. But you can bring a multitude of people with you because you have never spoken and understand the times we live in today. You're more greater than I am because you are here September 6th, 2020, on behalf of the revolution of the people. And we the people, by the people, for the people, must come together, whether we're black, brown, red, yellow, and white, just like you say, old, young, gay, state of life. We must come together and destroy this country by putting them in seizure. And this is the group Arrest and Development. First, we got to shut them down. And we need a multitude of people. And we ain't got to have no goddamn gun in our hand. Fuck the militia. Fuck the white militia. And fuck Grandmaster J. We got Raheem Jose Junebugger Leader, okay? And Raheem Jose Junebugger Leader under the game, they got Uzis, they got Tech-9s, they got Glocks, but they don't know where the bullseye is. But who do know where the bullseye is? The white militia and Grandmaster J, and they both agents of Uncle Sam want to keep this government intact. But it's over now because I got 40 million young white people who love hip-hop, Tupac and Biggie. 40 million young white people will destroy this goddamn country. And Raheem Jose Junebugger and Leah have to stop killing.
You're going to destroy America. That's the goal here of the BLM, to destroy America.
All young black, Mexican, Latino, Puerto Ricans have to stop killing each other and come together as one gang.
How are you going to come together? How are you going to come together and destroy America? I don't understand. That makes no sense. So the people that believe in America,
grandmothers are the proper authority in the administration to overturn the system, and the sons and daughters must follow the mothers and grandmothers' leadership. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll stand down.
One person, please. One person. You know, this is what I'm talking. This is how the demonstrations look like. Everyone's yelling at each other. You know, I mean, you have chaos.
No, not at all. You were not here. You were not here, sir. No, not at all. Because this Cajun militia, guess what? I have 2 police escorts. I know good from police. I know which one light worker. I know which one try to do shadow work for enemy. I know this. So I have 2 light workers take me talk to these people face to face. So I say, I don't want this, but I'm not scared of this either. Hey, I need you to see me eyes. Hello. I don't want no problems for you, but you don't look like you come for peace. You show up, vicious dog, gun out, point at people. You know come for peace. You know, come for resolution. You come for trouble. You know what I said? You put this out, you want to intimidate people, make them run off when we at peace and trying to honor a man that just died. When do man get justice? When do man get justice?
I don't think anyone was stopping anyone from honoring a man from that who died. I don't think anyone was trying to stop that.
Intimidation tactic. You show up with gun, vicious dog. You know you scare people. You know what I said?
Well,
this problem.
I don't know. Well, so you're saying that by the police. Hang on, I'm trying to ask a question here. So you're trying to say that the police showing up with guns on their side, which is that's part of their uniform and their equipment.
No, I said Cajun Army show up with guns. I use police. This police good help. Police take me to talk to this man's face and eyes. This is
I don't know what the Cajun Army is. I'm not familiar with that. Can you explain what a Cajun Army is?
Well, I never know this either till lately. But I know this no call for peace. This not peaceful people.
All right, they're not peaceful people. I don't know who they are. I never heard of them.
This no good.
Okay.
And after this, hey, you shoot unarmed man, but you know armed and dangerous, maybe more parallel, brother. Hey, why you know he armed and dangerous? No one put handcuff on him.
Well, I don't think circling somebody and kicking him in the face with 8 against 1 is peaceful either. I don't think smashing into an empty store, breaking windows, and stealing the property of a store owner is peaceful.
I speak for Lafayette. What is this you speak? I speak Lafayette. This is what I am. You understand me? I speak for Lafayette. What do you say? What do you say? I know not what you say. I speak for Lafayette. What does this have to do with what I say? Nothing. See what I say? It's just rebellion. It's just rebellion.
I don't understand what you're trying to say here.
This is form of rebellion because listen.
Rebel.
You have no ear to hear. You listen. Because this is just rebellion. Even think before talk because this don't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Well, you're rebelling then. You're rebelling against what?
Like
against
problem.
what?
No, you rebel. You rebel because listen. No, you rebel.
I know. I
because
can't figure it out. I've listened already to 3 different people here, and I can't get one thing straight. I can't figure it out.
Maybe you go back to your call. Maybe you go back and listen again. This not me fault. Maybe this
Well,
for
why
you
should I
homework.
have to
Go
listen
back
again?
listen.
Why can't I get it the first time? Why can't you speak clearly and bring your message across instead of you say bad man, bad man? Who's the bad man? Oh no, you're talking in riddles
so
here.
maybe now I hang up this call and you do homework. I rest. You do homework this time. Thank you, sir.
I can't do homework or research anything where I'm not research. I don't know where to go research it. I don't know where to go look. I'm asking you.
You cannot play back this call.
Objection.
Can you not play back call to
objection.
listen?
Quickly.
Do you not have
Louisiana,
your playback call? Listen.
Quickly.
I can't play back the
Louisiana.
call. I'm not going to play back the call.
You
go ahead.
and Joe, just listen to this testimony that
See, this
I'm
is
promising
rebellion.
that nobody.
Same thing.
Nobody.
Same thing.
Louisiana. Stand down for a second.
Sir. Yes, sir.
I want you to listen to this commentary, this testimony that never been uttered by any human being on the planet. And I want you to look at Kill or Be Killed and what Uncle Scam is doing. If you notice Uncle Scam, the white militia or any white rights group under the Second Amendment, they're not being shot down. The Not Fucking Around Coalition with the guns, the Huey Newton Gun Club, the New Black Panthers pickup guns, they're not being shot down in the mean streets of America. As you stated, who's being attacked in the mean streets of America? The unarmed citizen, if he had a knife or a gun, he's throwing it down and he runs from the police and he will get executed in the mean streets of America by the Ku Klux Klan, judge, jury, and executioner. That's authorized by the legislature. So when you look at what I'm just saying, let's put it in its proper perspective. The Crips, the Bloods, with the Uzis and Tech-9, they're not being killed in the streets. It's only when they running or they under the drug war and they don't move or don't fill their license or they might jump or they might resist. They might get killed without a gun. But we got white people and black people under J, New Black Panthers, Old Black Panthers. The government is not attacking no armed citizen that picks up arms in 2020. That's very important because we the people by the people unarmed, black, brown, red, yellow, and white, we the ones being persecuted by Uncle Scam. Something is not right.
Well, and now, can I say something here? What's that? Go ahead, Angel Lady. You've been quiet for a while. Go ahead.
I've been saying that we are the government. He's not coming up with the proper words. And this young man, I don't know if he was there when, like that Louisiana was bombed, the levees were bombed after they did the mankind-made hurricane and didn't shut off the electricity. Many people were electrocuted in the street when the live wires were on the ground. I can get more details, and I wasn't there. And the bottom line is, they've told you about COVID. You need to find out what those letters stand for. But more emphatically, you don't have to run out in the street just because the other ones are. You should be protecting your home. And
I am protecting home. I protect for all. You don't need to know how to tell me nothing. No need for you to speak how to tell me something.
That's why you're standing where you are. I know much about
That's right.
Louisiana.
I'll forever be here like this.
State.
That's right.
In fact,
Thank you. I stand
your
in truth.
mayor.
I stand in
Remember
truth.
your
Thank
mayor?
you.
Were you there
Thank you.
before they put him in
long
jail?
You're not accomplishing anything but arguing back and forth.
Because
I shut it down before it started.
I have ears to hear all things. I have ears to hear all things. I never miss. I best for this.
They don't want to listen to it.
All you guys are doing is arguing. That's all you're doing.
This
I go
is why
now because I don't stop following. I go away.
And if
Thank you.
All right.
Santeria, Obia, he's out of order.
There he goes. He went. Thank God. Thank God there is a God, actually. Yeah. All right. Good.
And all of that unbearable
New
stuff.
callers, Joe Gibson.
Yeah, we're rambling on here with nonsense. There's nothing but a dead horse being beaten here over and over and over again, just like the caller. And this is what we get constantly, and this is what you see in the streets of America. Nothing is being accomplished. Nothing. It's just all gridlock. There's nothing. There's no new ideas being put out there. There's nothing. Mandela Khan says, burn it down, destroy this, destroy America. And,
I didn't.
Foundling
Fathers.
New
callers, Joe Gibson.
All right, when I'm ready, okay? When I'm ready. There has to be order, okay? There has to be some sort of order. And it's with a tiny little radio show like this, you can't have order. How are you going to have order in America? Okay? We see what's happening in the cities. You have everyone burning down the city, acting crazy, looters, on curbs and sidewalks. For what? What is your goal? Simple question. What do you want to see happen? What are you fighting for? Do you have something you're standing up against? What? That guy says, bad man, bad man. Who's the bad man? Can't answer the question. So how do we get any facts out there, Mandela Khan? Please, help me out.
You already know because of Tyrone Pinocchio Thompson. Don't make me call you Pinocchio Joe. I'm the greatest man ever born in history because only because of the mixed dark and the red, black, and green. Class action of 567. That's the solution. Now, let me get back to where we are today. Divided we stand, together we all fall. So if we do a paralysis of analysis, if we have a wobbling environment, and we do all of this analyzing the past, it has nothing to do with how we come together in unity to overturn a rotten, filthy social system. It's a system, stupid. And unfortunately, most black
it's not
and
the
white
system, it's the people
they love
in the
nationalism under jingoism under Uncle Sam. Now the red, white, and blue defeated the Confederate flag, and that is what has to be overturned. It has to be overturned because of the sign of times we live in today.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, let me bring this up to you. First of all, it's not the system. It's not the system that is broken. It's the people in the system that are running the system and choosing to operate the system.
The system is not broken.
And they're
it's
not
designed to have genocide and atrocities. You're right. It's not broken.
All right. That's two people yelling at each other again. Okay.
That little boy
and this is what we're talking.
He told me to shut up.
All right, whoever said what, listen, the point of it is we're trying to have a general conversation. Everybody's yelling over each other, okay? You're not going to get anywhere.
Yes.
And this is what we see out there. Correct. This is what, here we go. You cut me off. You know, this is what we're seeing, and this is the point I'm trying to make. How are you supposed to have any new callers call in, or we're supposed to have a civil conversation about a plan to move forward when we can't even agree on who talks first and who stops and who goes? This is what you're getting out there. Now go ahead.
Who?
You.
Me? Oh, thank you. Well, what I'm trying to say is this young man, he sounds young. He could be much more seasoned than he's coming across. But this is part and parcel of the problem. Like you're saying, Honorable Joe Gibson, no one wants to listen. Everyone's emotional. And
bring somebody other than yourself, and then you're right. Bring somebody other than yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me?
Okay. Mandela Khan, can she finish, please?
What? I don't understand what he said.
I don't know either. All right, finish your point.
I'll tell you.
But what I'm trying to say about the young man.
What I said is, if you are a daughter of the matriarch, you.
All right, there. Go ahead. I'll bring him back on when you're done. Go ahead.
Okay, he was coming muffled. At any rate, what I'm saying, just like how that young man was talking to us, and when we started trying to talk to him and try to understand what's happening, since he's had firsthand knowledge and he's out in the crowd, what I was saying to him, why didn't he stay in the house? He's not proving anything running out there with the group, and what was his purpose in doing it? And did he have a weapon or not? Because if he had a weapon, that would be even more reason for someone to bring harm to him. Now, thank God no harm came to him. But, see, we have to use self-control. And I have more details about that. But self-control.
All right, well, okay, but we don't want to get into that. All right, let's not, I don't want to get into a psychological debate here. Go ahead, Mandela Khan. Go ahead now. Your turn again. Go ahead.
Okay, let me say this. When you hear my voice, I'm not alone. I have a multitude of people. When you hear Angel in Your Love, you heard her on Tyrone Thompson, Pinocchio. You heard her 3 years in your program. You only heard her. And that's a beautiful testimony to put into the archive because she speaks for her. She don't speak on behalf of the total recall of Ethiopia, the red, black, and green, and the matriarch and class section 567. Because no one but her will come to your podcast Only her.
Okay, all right. That's good. Okay. Anything else?
Now, when we look at the solid times we live in today, we need a multitude of women, mothers, grandmothers, and great-grandmothers. And if you are really here to save the children, you will deputize every woman in Philadelphia, in your municipality, county, city, state. You will deputize every woman because you have been appointed by the chosen son of the matriarch, none other than Mandela Khan of the mighty Pan-African Intelligence Network. And
all
every
right.
woman,
Yeah, I don't know.
if you don't bring no woman but herself
to
the table, she is a war criminal.
Unbelievable.
Why do you have to
All right, anyone else want to get involved in this conversation here? Phone number 657-383-0616. Press the number 1, and I will bring you on live. As you can possibly hear, not too many people want to jump into the middle of this because we're not focusing on anything or one topic. We're jumping around all over the place. I was trying to analyze, again, the Black Lives Matter movement, and the previous caller had called in and just started rambling on and on and on, and didn't really make any specific point whatsoever except there were bad men out there, or there's a bad man. And and this is what the BLM, I think, stands for, is it's just chaos at will and attack everything they can with no real standing, no real direction or goal in mind. You know, if they said, hey, we want to set up a new government, we want to do it this way, here it is, and this is what, that's what you're going to do. You interrupt me. All right. Well, I want to take some new callers here, so let's bring them on. Do not interrupt and talk over them, or I'll just have to mute you because we have to have some sort of order. 843, go ahead. You press 1. I just saw you pop up.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Well, at this point, I'm trying to figure out what is going on. Like, why are you trying to figure out what's going on with Black Lives? Who are you? I don't understand, like, the shows, everybody's going over top of each other and stuff like that. Like, what is the show about?
Is that Nikki Williams, the Panther Queen?
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
It's me.
Bingo, Powerball, jackpot. Checkmate, Joe Gibson, and Angel is very love. Checkmate.
Okay. Can she speak now, please?
Yes, now
well, I have a question. Like, I'm trying to figure, like, you said you're trying to figure out the Black Lives Matter movement. Is that what the show's about?
That's what that was. Well, we're carrying over basically from last Sunday where we had the leader of the neo-Nazis on here, this guy Bert, that came on. We had Mandela Khan on here. We had Shabaka from the Black Panther Party from Oakland, California, and a couple others that came on. And we were discussing how we're going to cure the problems in America that we're seeing right now in the streets where we have riots going on and whatnot. And we got into this whole debate and discussion. So we're carrying that over. And what I was really trying to get at is what is the goal of the BLM? What is their ultimate goal and how they're going to go about achieving it? Because the way they're doing it now really is not really I'm not open to that idea. Now, if you can clarify their agenda, that would be great. Of course, she's not going to be able to. Someone's going to talk over you.
So don't try to set the table under Black Liberation Movement, which is the new.
All right, Mandela Khan, I'm muting you, Mandela Khan. She asked me a question. I tried to answer it, and you interrupted. Okay.
Well, this will help me with, to put the face with the voice, and Okay, are you black?
No.
Okay. But you want to know about what's going on with the BLM movement, the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yes.
White people are out there. So, as far as what they're doing and making a statement, white people are out there. Actually, white people are the ones who start tearing up first.
That's right.
So, as far as the narrative, when it comes to the BLM movement, they don't really have as much control as people think. But at the same time, we're a race of people who are in a state of emergency, and we're under threat at all times. So why would you feel we have to explain it to you? Other than we see what's going on, what can you get your people to do? Can you sit down with your people and say, okay, I see the situation, how we can do something to work towards it? Because both sides are playing a part. Both sides are playing a part. But I think you need to sit down amongst, because usually when we try to sit down and talk about this, and we have for years, I'm not no spring chicken, talk about racism, don't nobody really want to talk about it that's white. Oh, it's not that. Oh, it's not that. But we beg to differ. People are dying that's unarmed. Children are dying. We are experiencing something that was written in history books in 2020. So at this point, the anger that many of us may have, are y'all surprised? I mean, if it was vice versa, because you know it's not going to be vice versa. And the system is broken to me. Now, I heard everybody else say they didn't think it was broken, but I think it's broken because it done went on so long and it's been passed on. It's been passed on. It's just, it wasn't never fit. We weren't included in it.
Oh, yes,
and
we
then
were,
here we are in 2020, and it's like we're reminded of that. Now, I don't know what broke up there in the White House or whatever happened for it to break like that, but here we are because we never addressed it. We never talked about the problems. We never, unless you had a white friend, and then they'll tell you, or unless you had a black friend, and y'all actually sat down and had the conversation without getting mad at each other, without trying to talk over each other, without putting each other down, and one trying to be more superior than the other. The superior attitude is natural with y'all. And until you realize that, I don't think that a lot of things is going to work out because you got to be able to step back and humble your damn self and listen to us. It don't mean you always got to talk. Just listen to us. If we ain't nothing but the only ones out there talking, just listen. Then you'll hear what's going on.
Okay.
If I may interject, Joe Gibson does. He's given us this format. But the bottom line here is that we, the people, we have been so deprogrammed because we wanted to go to their schools. Everything we need to know is in us. The Declaration of Independence are our tenets, not Thomas Jefferson. He wrote down what we told him to write down. We were at the table, and I'm not including the Mayans, Aztecs, Incas, nor anyone that does voodoo, Santeria, Obia. And our flag is, one time with, if you want to deal with the, what do they call themselves, the Moors, we had a flag, and Honorable Brother Taj Tariq Bey wrote about it in the Million Women's March, and I can give more details. The flag was red with a green star in the middle, like the old-timey star.
She asked me a lot of questions,
but
actually.
Red, white, and blue is very spiritual because they've been putting it in our sky.
Okay.
And my other color is yellow, green, and red.
Okay, well, this is what we get. You see, she's talking about racism, basically. That's what we're talking about. The black people you're in a state of emergency. That's what you stated. And you also stated that the whites are not being gunned down, okay, like the blacks are, which is totally false. That's false information.
No such race
okay?
as black.
If you go to 2017, okay, there were 457 whites gunned down, unarmed whites, okay, and compared to 399 blacks. Okay, so whites are being gunned down now. All right. So the blacks aren't the only ones suffering from a system that is oppressing the wrong people. Okay, all right. You can keep interrupting.
Where did this take place, Honorable Brother Joe Gibson? Where would these gun downs take place?
In America. All 50 states.
Where?
These are numbers. All 50 states. I don't know each individual case.
I'd have to know from which those statistics were taken. But more emphatically, we're here to have life and have it more abundantly. Our Declaration of Independence, and I'm saying this for the young lady, was written by we the people. We are we the people. That's a term that we called ourselves. And we're indigenous to this country. In fact,
all right, Angel Lady Love, can we get back to the original racism thing here in 2020 and why we're at this point?
Caucasians can never be racist. A Caucasian can never be a racist. I'm hearing
all right,
that's
your opinion. That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
No, I come with facts and truth because I am a messenger. a Caucasian can never be a racist. Only a supreme being can be a racist. A Caucasian loves being called a racist, and they love being called white supremacists because they're not.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Okay. All right, we got another caller here on the line. We got some other callers here because I'm not getting anywhere, obviously. Let's bring some new voices on. All right, let's bring some new voices on. Angel Lady Love, please. Okay, 619. Go ahead.
The truth has to be told.
Oh God,
Joseph,
we're not getting anywhere.
Joseph.
Go ahead, sir.
Hi. How's it going? I haven't heard from you in a while. I'm a little confused as to what Lady Love is actually talking about. I'm a little confused.
We always do.
Okay. I'm very confused. It seems like the opposite of what reality is, but and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, Lady Love. All due respect. But Joey, so what's going on? I heard you went into smoking meth again or something like that. Your brother told me that you
probably, yeah. Whatever's out there, but that's not the topic of the show. I don't want to talk about me. I want to talk about the BLM. Okay. The BLM, the Black Lives Matter movement. What's their agenda? And what was her name again? Nikki, I think it was. Was it Nikki?
Yeah.
I apologize. I didn't get your name.
Nick. Yeah. So how much? I mean, so you lost your kids and you're doing meth and. That's pretty fucked up. How much meth were you smoking to lose your kids?
I'm not talking about that, brother. I'm not talking about that, sir. I'm not talking about that.
I heard you lost a ton of weight right now. Like, are you okay?
Yeah. I know. Yeah. All right, here we go. Crank caller. Good job. All right. Totally diverted us, but go ahead. 352. Go ahead. Yeah. Idiots. Go ahead, 352.
Hey, Joe, what's up?
Hey, there we go. We got a sane person here. Good. All right.
Yeah.
Good. I was a little nervous there. I didn't recognize the number. Go ahead.
I don't know about saying, but Lady Love was talking about the African American or black race being oppressed. Well, hold on. Okay, now I am 1/4 Cherokee, and I am proud of my heritage. Now, the American Indian has been really oppressed and murdered over the years, not only by the whites but by the blacks too.
Okay, who are you posing that to? Are you making a statement?
Well,
yeah, go ahead. You can respond.
But as far as Antifa and BLM has not spent $1 to help black or African American race. Okay, Antifa, both Antifa and BLM are terrorist groups. Period.
Okay. All right. Nikki, you want to respond? I didn't get your name again because I got interrupted. Can you give me your name, please, and then somebody be able to call you upon your proper name?
It's Nikki, Queen Nikki.
Oh,
people know me by Queen Nikki.
Everyone, please stop. Let her answer. Go ahead, ma'am.
Everybody knows me by Queen Nikki. Now, I was listening to the man that, said he was half Cherokee and stuff like that. There's terrible things in each race on this planet at the end of the day. It's terrible things in each race. And I know about the being half because I'm part Indian too. I'm from the Lakota tribe, but I'm black at the end of the day. And both have been done wrong in many ways. But it's a matter of what that particular race does. You know, prior to you said there was more whites killed at this situation. Why didn't y'all stand up? Why didn't y'all say something? That was y'all's responsibility if you know that this was taking place. We know this is taking place in our communities now. We are being targeted for some reason. We didn't get the memo, so we don't know what the agenda is, but we know it's happening. So at this point, we're handling it our way. Now, as far as BLM does not speak for the black community. They speak for those who are out there that's supporting BLM. That does not speak for the overall black community because now everybody's behind it because there's the narrative changed with that. It was more about the rainbow flag. So it's a lot of different things going on there. So you can't say that they're speaking for the whole black community. And I yield the mic.
Okay. Mel, you want to answer, respond
to
Queen?
she's correct to a point. But I mean, I've grown up and I've seen atrocities on all sides, black, white, and red. Now, if the American Indian community would get off the reservation and upright, but they're not. You know why? Because they are they have turned the reservation into a business, and every reservation has a casino, which brings in millions and billions and millions of dollars.
Okay. All right. Well, again, Mel, what I'm trying to really analyze here, and the Queen there asked me in the beginning, she goes, what right do you have to ask anyway of the Black Lives Matter movement, inquire about that? Well, I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm an American citizen. I live here in North Carolina, and I care about my country. Now, this is my country, and yes, you're absolutely correct. If those many white people were gunned down, unarmed, and they were gunned down, where was the white community? Why didn't they rise up? You're absolutely correct. Why? We could point fingers all day long. Why? Why did this happen back when the Constitution was being written? You weren't included at the table. Why? But the fact of the matter is, we're here today. We have the foundation where that document states very clearly that all of us have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So what's wrong with that? I can't see anything wrong with that, okay? Just because it was written by certain people back then, so what? We have it here today. Why don't we go with that? Because I don't see the BLM or any other group out there that has a foundation, something to build off of that can include everyone to have the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. I don't see it. Mandela-Khan comes on here and says, only the mothers can talk. Only the mothers can do this, and that's just, we're doing the same thing over and over. It's insanity. One group of people have all the power. That should not be. That can't be. Go ahead.
Well, I understand what you're saying, and you're right, especially on the Liberty Party and stuff like that. But what he is saying, what you are hearing is the reason why you don't understand is because it's not applied to you. It's for our race. Our culture. Everybody has a culture in these races but us. And we're embracing that. And I think it's a panic that there's a possibility we might talk about something that the y'all's race is not aware of. And I think it disturbs you. Because at this point with the Black Lives Matter movement, there's white people out there supporting them. They ain't running them off. They ain't saying they got to go. You know what I'm saying? But what they're saying is we're going to do this. Like I said, the narrative changed with it for me. But at the same time, they're out there saying something because there's a lot of unjust murders. Now, for anybody to feel such a way where we need to explain anything, because our life is not up for negotiation. That's what everything's all about right now. We're not negotiating our life. As far as the country, you can't say we didn't love the country. Our ancestors built the country. You know what I'm saying? So, and the wealth that mass majority of you all are living off of is off of our backs, our ancestors' backs. So for us to be here in 2020 and going through it's a lot of us are still because we're shocked. We are shocked, like really. You know what I'm saying? But even when it comes to us, when we get gunned down and all that stuff, even still, you'll look so far in the past, not that this black man lost his life and he has kids. He didn't have no weapons. He was in college. Whatever the good, y'all don't talk about that. Y'all go for his past. All that's even still made back. Well, if he had just if he just should have, she should have, and that's so wrong because even a young child changes his mind by the time it's a teenager. Even a teenager changes her mind by the time she's in her 30s. Even a 30-year-old changes her mind by the time she's in her 40s. So, but to take somebody's life, you're not even giving them a chance to change their minds on any of their ways, be it good or be it bad. There's bad in every race, is my point. We built the country. We didn't say we didn't love the country, but the country is turning on us. So we're dealing with it. Now, for those who are standing at the sidelines saying this is not happening, okay, well, then walk away. Just walk away because we are trying to do this as peaceful as possible. But we're going to have to do this because this is where we are. And it's the point you have to, as a race, say, I refuse to let any more generations come behind us because we went along with the illusion of inclusion. We ain't never been included. And I yield the mic.
Okay, that's great. Now, how do you go about fixing things? Now, let me give you one example that pertains to me. 18-year-old kid, I was kidnapped by 3 white detectives, kidnapped, taken down a road, it's fact, beaten down for an hour, okay, and left there. And there's people on the call line tonight that know about this, actually. And but did I wake up the next morning and start throwing rocks at police officers? Did I start overturning cars? Now, that's my way. I'm just saying there has to be some sort of way to go about things than what we're seeing right now with any type of movement. There has to be some sort of order. There has to be procedure. Well, thank you.
Really, I'm not a controversial person. I am sorry to hear that. Even in spite of, I'm not going to let nobody take my crown. You know what I'm saying? As far as my behavior, how I carry myself and conduct myself. And I'm sorry to hear that about you. But see, this is the thing. You're here to tell us this story. Our people cannot tell their story. They can't say they police officer hit me upside the head, swelled up my eye, and all this. Ours are dead. And not to downplay your story. But you're telling us your story. Mike Brown can't tell us the story. Sandra Bland can't tell us the story. This has been going on for a minute and it's just got worse. It's getting worse. So somewhere along the line, we have to pull ourselves together. And that's what we're trying to do.
Okay. All right. I'm going to open up the phone lines. Hopefully there'll be another caller. I've been waiting a while. I want to give everyone a chance. And I know Mandela Khan, he wants his mic open. I'm going to get to you right after this caller. Go ahead, 216. Go ahead. Area code.
Am I here?
Yeah, no, no, you're calling. All right, get off of there. Okay, now, all right, Mandela Khan, I'll bring you back on here. Where are you? There you are. Go ahead, Mandela Khan.
Understanding the times we live in today as we open up Pandora's box and break the Da Vinci Code of Talk Real Solutions, Talk Real City, Tyrone Thompson. Understanding the times we live in today. Nikki Williams, because I am the chosen son of the matriarch, Nikki Williams must be treated like the Queen of England and Michelle Obama. And every woman under her must be deputized, even if she's a crack mother, prostitute, or stripper. And isn't it extraordinary, Joe Gibson, Angel Layla, Akita Veda, Sarah Steele, or anyone in Joe Gibson's sector, past Jesus the Sinister, that Nikki Williams, the daughter of the matriarch that represents the red, black, and green, she alone is the President of the United States of America.
All right, Mandela Khan. I thought you were going to,
okay,
that's great.
Hold on. You never heard her voice. You heard Angel Good loving you. Let her talk all the time because you love the Bible, the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights. But yet Africans and indigenous people, even white women, were not at the table when the founding fathers set up this Ponzi scheme under the United States of America. Not even a white woman was at the table. So when it comes to the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and the Constitution, it's null and void because it did not add into the sovereignty, the integrity, and dignity and independence of the free people who was here millions of years ago, right? So whoever came in here with this shit, whatever English love say, that they are not our employees. They are our criminals.
All right, Mandela, I got another woman on here from Minnesota, actually, so I think you're waking up on me. Go ahead, Minister 507. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I read a post today that said, I'm good. I read a post today that said that when a dog bites a child and scars it for life, they put the dog down. How come we don't do that to pedophiles? I thought I'd throw that in there real quick. I think everybody's got some good points tonight. As far as how are we going to change things, I believe we need to change it. We need to shut down these governments and start over. We need to start working in our community. I don't care what color you are, where you're from, but we need to start knowing our neighbors.
Yeah.
I don't know I live in the middle of nowhere, so. But I think that people need to start working with their community. I think we should be accountable to your 4 neighbors that are around you, whether you like them or not. You're accountable for them, and we got to figure out something to do. But first thing we need to get these people out of those chairs and those offices. They're not doing any good. None of them. We can't fix this by voting somebody else in. It's not going to be fixed. It needs to be shut down, dissolved, and started over. It's not the economy is not going to crash because the government is closed down for a while. But we need to come. Everybody has value, and everybody has worth, and everybody needs to know that they have that, and that they need to be that their voice is heard. So you start coming together in your communities. I don't know how that goes, how that looks. In the inner city, it's going to be different than it's going to be out in the rural areas, Karen talk. But we need to start dealing with our people next to us. It doesn't matter. Again, it doesn't matter if you like us, like your neighbor or not. You still should be accountable for them. Make sure they're okay. Have little posses, of sections where you guys all get together and you're accountable for each other. That's a good start. Wherever you live right now, you got 4 people around you. Those are your 4 people. I mean, it's something. We got to start somewhere. And I agree with Medella Khan about women need to fix this. Men have made a mess of this, and it's time that women fix this, because when we come together, we are the most powerful force on this earth. There's nothing that can stop us when we work together. And women just need to put this stuff away. We don't care about whatever you're feeling towards somebody. It does not matter. The whole of our children matter, and the whole of our communities matter. What my feelings towards her or whatever does not matter. It matters. All it matters right now is that we get together and we use our power, because we are powerful, and we will kick ass and fix this if we get that part done. That's all I have. So with that, I
agree with her.
Yeah, you want to respond to her real quick before I bring Mandela Khan back on here? Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with her. She's just right. I mean, it's no other way, and that's why Mandela Khan is pushing me for as the queen. He's saying what he's saying as far as the matriarch, because we're tribal people. Black people are tribal people. And there was a point we all remember where we were connected, where we knew our neighbors. Like she was saying, we looked out for each other. We would tell if you went to the store and you had a 16-year-old there while you went to the store, and you told them to stay in the house, and we told the neighbor, and they came out the house, they was in trouble. The neighbor was like the grandmother now. You know what I'm saying? We really did do more communicating. But women, we do things a lot differently. We really do. Because one thing about with women, even white women and black women can't talk. That's why I know there's being chaos thrown out there. They are following the lead. They are being led to be like this. Because women are way different. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we're mothers. We bring forth life. And that doesn't matter what color you are at the end of the day. But in our case, it's almost like the feel of disrespect because, dang, the first woman was a black woman. And your people proved that. Y'all proved it. The first being on earth, but yet we're treated so bad. And at the end of the day, like I said, you got some mean people in each race. You got some people that's going to do some terrible stuff in each race. It's not no specific race. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the most humble race on this planet, it's black people. It is black people because still in spite of, we try to explain ourselves. We try to explain it when we should just really be angry and just done with it. But we're here. And then you tell us stuff to go back and all this other stuff. Go back to where? I was born here. This is my country. I was born here. I was born in Africa. Those are where my ancestors are. Those are my people too. But we just happen to be abroad. So, I mean, living with these things for so long has, like she said, with the scars. But see, what you said, you was talking about pedophiles. But this is how these people see us. We got scars. If it's scarred that bad, you said put it down. And that's exactly what they're doing. Thank you for that information. I yield.
All right, well, Well, you know, the women, there are, before I bring Angel Lady Love back on also, but just to bring some facts out there are women out there that, I'll just read this here real quick. It's one little small paragraph. As nations around the world celebrate International Women's Day, the number of countries that have had a female leader continues to expand, but the list is still relatively short. And even when women have made it to power, they rarely led for a long time. 56 of the 146 nations, 38%, studied by the World Economic Forum in 2014-2016, have had a female head of government or state for at least 1 year in the past century. Okay, so there are women in control around the globe. So are you saying that you want women to run the entire world? I mean, what are you saying by putting women in charge?
What I mean, I don't know, I can't speak for her, but what I mean is that women and men are period. We're not better than men, and men are not better than us. We both bring something different to the table that comes together as yin and yang. That's how we're made. That's how we're supposed to be made. We have been pitted against each other. We have been less than for centuries. And enough is enough. Women need to stand up and take their place. Not that we still need men. I'm not saying that it's all women. We still need men. But as far as running countries, I think it's both of us that need to do it. But I think we have to fix this right now because it is a mess. The women that have been in power so far in life, they still got this mentality that men are better than women or higher than women, and the fact that they succeed to keep getting into that position is phenomenal. Because
how do women rule? I mean, I can't put it all out there right now, but right now you got, for instance, the president of Chile. There's a woman in charge. Let's see, Germany, Liberia, Lithuania. Let's see, the Marshall Islands. Let's see, Nepal, Nepal. I think that's how you say it. Sorry. And there's a couple others here. Not to get them all out. But so you have basically 15 female world leaders right now. So I don't know what those countries. I don't know. I don't live there, so that'd be interesting to see how they're doing with a female. A woman that's leading their land, their country. So, Mandel, I'll bring you back on. I got some other people here I have to get to, so make your point. Actually, this caller's been waiting a little while. 419, let's bring you on, then Mandel Khan. Go ahead.
Hey, this is His Majesty Self-Suck King. I just want to say...
All right. Yeah. Crank caller. Okay, you waited all that time just to do something stupid. Come on, grow up. Go ahead, Mandel Khan.
Okay. Sarah Steele, a chosen daughter of the matriarch that's been with Tyrone Thompson, Joe Gibson. She might look like a white woman, but she agreed with my appointee, Nikki Williams, under the red, black, and green, under the matriarch. That's extraordinary, Joe. That Sarah Steele and Nikki Williams, in principle, they agree that the women must be the proper administrations and authority to control Mother Earth's resources. Pennies, $100 bills, commodities, or whatever. Army, Navy, Air Force,
we heard them.
We
heard them. They agree.
Okay, hold on. Women must be in the total recall under Class Action 567. I'll tell you why. The Confederate red, white, and blue represent the Masonic patriarch. The red, black, and green represents the total recall, Mother Earth, the proper administration and authority being returned to the mothers, grandmothers, and great-grandmothers. That's why Sarah Steele and Nikki Williams are the greatest women that must be treated like Queen of England and Michelle Obama.
Okay, again, we're getting a little bit off topic, though. We're kind of getting off topic, though. We really are, because I'm getting pounded with emails here.
No, we're not. You got a problem with your children and your wife.
But hang on, Mandel, let me get to these other. I know you'll get your closing thoughts because you're going to say the same thing anyway. So 617, go ahead.
I forgot.
Okay, you don't want to talk? Go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. No, you don't want to talk?
Thank you.
Okay, you don't want to talk. Okay, very good. Private caller. I think this is Angel Lady Love. She's been waiting a while. Excuse me. Go ahead.
Hey, Joe, I agree with most of what you've been saying, and I truly don't think Mendelicon really has a good point here. I just think he hasn't been making good points for most of the shows, and he sounds angry every time he calls in. He quotes poetry and stuff.
Okay, that's your synopsis of Mendelicon. Anything else you want to bring here tonight? Anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, of course. On the topic of female world leaders, I'd like to point out that I don't think any of them smoke meth, like apparently you've been doing. Can you
All right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, geez, unbelievable. Where are these people?
Wow.
They just, this. How are we going to fix these people? That would be a good start. How do you fix these people that call into my radio show? That would be a good start, actually, because these are the sickos running around in society right now. You know this is what they have. Unbelievable. Yeah, I smoke crystal meth. That's good. You can't come up. It was crack last year. Well, why did I switch? Let's do a show on that. All right. Anyway, okay, we're gonna start getting ready to wrap it up here. So we'll get to the final thoughts here because I don't see anyone new here who's gonna add anything of substance. So what we'll do is I'll start with Mendelicon, and I'm going to let the Queen wrap up the show here tonight. So she'll get the final thoughts on tonight's show. How's that? All right, we'll do it up. But Mendelicon, go ahead. It's your turn.
Okay, the Queen, is that Nikki Williams?
That's me.
Yeah.
Joe Gibson, is that the Queen that you're going to give her the final thought?
Yes, Mendelicon, yes.
Okay. Nikki, I don't know why the communication sector would not let you on Blog Talk. Nobody heard your podcast. They had to come to your page. Next week, we're going to interact, and I'm going to make sure that everybody hear you next week, because this week, in queue on Blog Talk, nobody heard nothing you said, but yet on Facebook, everybody heard everything you said, and that's a beautiful thing. And the reason why the red, black, and green is so important and why you have been appointed, because I can look at all the women in this country, no matter what's going down, and you represent the matriarch. And over every woman that I've ever been experienced, I appointed you as a leader that's over Michelle, Donald Trump's wife, and the Queen of England. Now, Sarah Steele, inside the system of Joe Gibson's, why she's so important is because the People's Bloodless Revolution and the matriarch is about the women who are witnessing their children being taken. They're not on the milk box. They're looking at CPS, Child Protective Services, the aid to dependent children, and the so-called divide and fuck up the family court under Uncle Scam. Only the women can have the people's court under the common law court on how to keep the producers, the mother, and the father together. Anybody that goes to Uncle Scam's court, you're trying to petition on who owns the children. And you all will give a testimony on why the mother and father is a no-good dick whisperer or dick demon. In other words, the man is missing in action. He's not support. He's a junkie. He won't protect the children. And then you all men will say, well, the woman, she don't have no job. She does this. She's on crack. She's on amphetamine. But you cannot take your children into Uncle Scam's court and get some jurisprudence. That's why CPS and aid to dependent children, foster care under Uncle Scam has to be destroyed. Nikki Williams is the greatest woman ever born in this goddamn country. And I can prove what I'm saying. Sarah Steele is a white woman. And in my 69 years, I've never met two women like them, notwithstanding Angel Uzuela, notwithstanding Asheda Vega. I'm telling you, this is a new ball game, and we are ready for the bloodless revolution under the matriarch. Mothers, take your place under the leadership, and she will deputize. Sarah Steele will deputize every woman in her sector. Every woman must be deputized by either Nikki Williams or Sarah Steele. I rest her case. on behalf of
Okay,
Demetria.
all right, Mendelcon, I got to go there. I got my buddy here to call in here real quick. He wants to give his viewpoint. He's got pretty good hearing, and he brings some knowledge to the table. We're going to get angry at this, so we'll see. Go ahead. I think this is him right here. 978. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's really hilarious because these groids are really their own worst enemy, and if they think that having women lead them is going to be what makes them better or whatever, they are absolutely shooting themselves in the foot. Women ain't going to do nothing for you if you have them in any kind of movement. They're going to do nothing for you but, lead you right into the ground. So I think it's hilarious that this retard thinks that women, leading him or some matriarchy is what's going to make them successful in any way, shape, or form is flipping ridiculous. It's funny. The only thing women ought to be doing is making babies and making sandwiches. That's it. And shutting their mouth. Matter of fact, I think women ought to have they have like a female circumcision. They ought to have like when a female's born, they ought to take out their goddamn vocal cords because I don't see any reason for them to have it. If you think about it.
Boy, you're angry at women. Boy, oh boy. I thought you were going to talk about the separatist type of thing. You being separate, in the communities and whatnot, and why that should work. That because I know you've said that a few times on this podcast, and a lot of people kind of agree with you, even in the black community, actually. The separatists. But we were talking about the BLM and their agenda and how they and basically Nikki came on here and she talked about how the black community has suffered so much throughout the years and has been oppressed, and their people are being murdered, gunned down, and you can't deny that. They're being murdered and gunned down. Now, I did bring up the whites get murdered, but how can we, so do you want to make a comment on that real quick?
Bad. The poor babies, they're not coddled enough as it is. They're so treated so badly, and the poor babies. Oh, can I just peel open my wallet? I just want to give them all my money. Would that make them happy? Why don't we just bend over backwards for them and just baby them and coddle them some more, give them more money? I'm sure that'll make them happy. I'm sure they'll stop hollering racist this and racist that if we just give them more money, give them more programs, give them more midnight basketball. Let's baby them some more. That'll help because that's what gets people successful is by giving them constant safety nets. You know what I mean? Constant. Treat them like
I don't think she asked for that. I don't think that's what she was asking for, but she was saying that the black community suffers a lot of injustice out there, and they're being targeted by the government itself and a lot of people out there. So they've got from day one when they walk out their front door, they're being exposed to police gunning them down, targeting them. The government's targeting them. We have a racist system out there. That's what we're trying to address here. And you disagree with that?
And it only exists in their minds. They've made a idol out of white people. They've made perhaps a negative idol out of white people. And what they've done is white people aren't over them. White people aren't even in control of the United States or their government or their communities or nothing. They're not in charge of nothing. But by these groids, they manifest their oppression. It doesn't exist, but it begins to exist because they manifest it with their minds or whatever. They so believe that they're so downtrodden, and white people are so elevated above them, and just rule over them. It's not true, but they make it true in their minds. And it's really an interesting mind fuck that they've done to these retards, and I don't know,
All right, well, I mean that's what you came on here and that's what you wanted to say. So I nobody talked over you; they let you speak. Before I get to Nikki here, because I did promise her the closing thoughts of the show. Is Sarah still there? Is Sarah still there by any chance, or did she hang up?
Yeah.
I think Sarah, go ahead. You want to say something real quick, or address this caller before I bring Nikki on to give her the final thoughts?
For one, is that Jericho?
Yes, Jessica.
Jessica, okay. Yeah, I actually would like to have a conversation with him sometime because he kind of fascinates me. But besides he's an idiot, he fascinates me. Anyway, okay, but my closing thoughts are that it's been designed this way. It's not so much me as a white person claiming to put down the black people. And what the first thing we need to quit doing is we need to quit saying white woman, black woman. We are women. That's it. We don't need the adjectives anymore. We need to just, because we lessen ourselves when we say we're a white woman, because we're women, period. And we gotta stick to that. If we're not gonna dissolve the system that's going on right now, the first thing
white people are the only ones that think that way. Blacks are very racially conscious. Chinese are Asians are racially conscious. Mexicans, Jews, they all are. It's only whites that don't want to acknowledge. Oh, let's not acknowledge it. It doesn't exist. Well, that ain't going to make it go away, sweetheart.
Over other countries, but they don't go like in Ireland, right? They don't go Ireland, a black Ireland, or they don't do that. Chinese don't do it either. They say I'm from China. So we here in America go, I'm a black American. I'm a white American. We're the only country that does it. I talk to everybody. I talk to people all around the world, and they do not do that except for us. So no, it's not just us, or it's not just fucking.
There's no such thing as a black American. There's no such thing as a Hispanic American. Americans are white. That's it. There's the only ones that can be American. Period.
Dude, man,
the rest are paper citizens. The rest are paper citizens. They're proxy warriors for the global homo industrial complex.
So retarded, so indoctrinated to think that you're so much superior. We're not superior. We are people. We're all the same.
I don't say anything like that, you dumb cunt. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You need to get in and shut your mouth. No reason for women to talk. There should be no fucking groids or women on the show ever. Their opinions are trash. Their takes are trash. They're reheated, lame talking points that make no sense. No sense.
Yeah, but we don't want to hate women. We don't want to be haters on women.
You got a small penis. You got a problem.
There's nothing to hate about. I don't hate something. No. You know what I mean? You don't hate something that's dumbly hard.
Shut up for a second.
It's what it is. Nobody wants to hear it from them. I mean, they have nothing to add. There's nothing to add. Talk about fucking knitting or being a seamstress or cooking something. Focus on that. That's it. Nobody wants to hear what you think about, politics and world. Nobody cares what a woman has to say about that shit. And if somebody acts like they care about that, it's because they're probably trying to fuck you. And that's it.
Oh my Lord. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
We heard it all tonight, let me tell you. Jessica, you really pounded to oh, my goodness. I tell you, you are very strong. You got your backs together, I'll tell you that.
Why can't we all just get along and sing Kumbaya? Why does it have to be this? Why does it have to be that? Because it is. That's what it is. And it ain't going away. You can wish it away all you want. But that's the way it is.
We're wasting time here. I got a point to make. Dude, if you want to have this conversation, come into the Zoom room and I'll have this conversation with you.
I don't want to talk with a bitch about anything. You can talk about fucking, doing women things. I don't want to talk about a woman about anything other than, things that pertain to women. That's it. Like,
all right,
me a sandwich.
All right, Jessica, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I got to promise the Queen here closing thoughts, so I'm not going to let her be interrupted because she's got. Go ahead, Sarah, real quick. Go ahead.
Okay, listen. I got to say, he must have ate a lot of paint chips when he was younger because, damn, his brain's small. Anyway,
yeah, right.
We just need to
come
together, and we need to start saying, oh, shut up, dude. We're not citizens. If you want to be under the statutes and laws of life, then you're a citizen. We are people. Okay, that's all I got to say.
All right, Sarah, thank you very much. Jessica, thank you so much for calling in. As always, you do light a fire under the crowd. I got to say that. And, hey, that's maybe what we need. I don't know. But thanks, Jessica. I appreciate it. The Queen here wants to wrap up the show. Let's allow her to do that. Go ahead, uninterrupted.
Okay. He said a lot. He said a lot. But, at the end of the day, them are issues that he's going to have to deal with. And this is why we're at where we're at, because people feel like that. He's not the only one. That's why I ain't no use of me being mad, because he's not the only one that feels like that. we're being affected by that. So in response, we're just working on getting our community together, getting things together for us. If white people help, they help. Any other inquiry about what we're doing as a people, you can only come one or the other way. Either you come to help or you come to bring chaos. And what we're saying is we're not dealing with the chaos no more. We're just not dealing with the chaos no more. We got to get our own stuff together. Everybody don't get along, and that's in each race. But at this point, the things about the women and all that he just said, and from a woman he came. He didn't enter this world. He came through a woman. He didn't come through a man, with the assistance of a man. And I don't want it to turn out to be like it's some kind of feminist thing, because it's not. We do not hate men. Now, I hear that man seems like he hates women. I don't know how that works unless he just like men, but I hear it. That's not the important part. It's not. Who wants to live like that? I'm well educated. I've been to 3 different colleges and completed. I am well educated. I went in, I got in. Everybody can't get in. I don't know if you ever heard or even seen some of the experiment of black and white friends that's really close, because there's some white people that end up in the communities with us, which y'all will call the hood. They end up with us, and they come out different. They come out different because that's proof it's different. It is different, and each community is different. In our case, we're being targeted. Who wants to live like that? How is it fair for anybody to feel like that's okay? So we got our message. We're going to work on our message. We will always come in peace. We will always come to peace, but we're not coming to you no more. See, this is the problem. It's either a problem for you, or it should be a good thing for the one that was on the phone talking. Sound like he wants a separation. Okay. Can we do that? Because we've tried that before, and I'm glad he put that on the table. We did try that before, generations back through our ancestors. Black Wall Street, it was more than one Black Wall Street. And your people came in and burnt it down. So what are you saying other than we asked? No, we asked. We asked a long time ago. This is 2020. That's over with. We got to think about our children. We got to think about our grandchildren. And, as far as the guy on the line, go in peace. You know what I'm saying? And somewhere along the line, I really hope that you remember you wouldn't be in this world if it wasn't for a woman. And I yield.
All right. Thank you so much. I did promise you to get the last word. I thought you were going to take up some more time. So we do have about 4 more minutes before they cut me off. So he might want to respond. So I'm going to give him a chance here. No swearing or yelling or attacking. Just if you want to bring an educated point, that's fine. Go ahead, Jessica.
Man, I tell you what, when these women talk and just drone on, it puts me to sleep. I can't even pay attention to what the hell they're even saying because they just drone on and on and on. Let me give a little bit of advice to women that call the radio shows and want to assert their opinion or ask questions or whatever. Make it clear, make it quick, and get right to the point. That's all. Make it quick. And it just nobody's listening to that. You're putting people to sleep. But an educated woman, that's funny. I'm an educated woman. That's hilarious. That's funny. An educated woman is a damaged woman, is a ruined woman. And can you actually even educate? I mean, what is it really education or is it like programming? So, it's just hilarious to me. What does education mean? It means, like how to fall in line with, they tell you to jump and you do it. So, I don't know, just kind of ridiculous, but yeah. So anyway, okay. So I would, if I was you and I was running the show, I wouldn't even allow women to tell us on because honestly, they just babble on. They don't make any sense. They put you to sleep.
All right. Well, I think she wants to respond to you. So let's give her. I did promise her the end, but I had some extra minutes here. So let me give her the final 2 minutes. Go ahead, Queen. You want to respond to that? about the educated part, maybe?
First of all, don't be mad at me because you didn't go to school. I did. I chose to. And I said, you ain't going to steal my joy about that. I mean, obviously you told on yourself, so I don't even have to ask, are you educated? Because you clearly sound like you're not anyway. So go with peace, my friend. Go on.
Well, you know what? She didn't yell at you, Jessica. You know, I think that's pretty good. I mean, you know, we didn't argue at the end here. We got to wrap it up, but you know, this is the division that we have amongst the people, and it's something that we have to address. And we can walk away laughing and smiling maybe tonight. Hopefully, no hate towards each other. Jessica, I know you don't hate. You know that because he's basically is a separatist. He does believe in the separatism, separate type of thing, and. You know, maybe that's something we'll address on the next show. I don't know. But I got to wrap it up. They're going to cut me off here in about 15 seconds. It was a good show. Thank you. God bless all of you, and take care. Be safe out there, and go in peace.